Hey guys, Restless Game Dev here, taking a break from coding to bring you the second volume of Indie Insight, the place to find new and unbiased knowledge about indie games. No sponsor, good. That just means we get to the video faster. First up, we have Tavern Manager Simulator. This is a fantasy tavern simulator that has you delivering drinks, food, and upkeeping the place as you work on upgrading your business to handle more customers. As you can see, the game is pretty similar to Ale and Tail Tavern, which is another tavern sim, but the main difference is that Ale and Tail has multiplayer and combat. Now, you might be asking, why didn't you just review the one with more features? And to be completely honest, I just happened to find this one first when scrolling through Reddit. Tavern Manager Simulator's team is more focused on becoming a tavern simulator than becoming whatever amalgamation of genres Ale and Tail is becoming. If Tavern Manager Simulator, this is getting annoying, I'm calling it TMS. If TMS can focus on delving deeper into the mechanics of the simulator, it can 100% become a must-play. All in all, I can't recommend TMS in its current state because there are some major quality issues with the animation, bare-bones task, and limited progression, but I could probably see myself buying it after a few more months of polish and development. Next up, we have Worshippers of Cthulhu. Right off the bat, this game has an interesting concept, and the mood is very fitting for this style of game. The cold, bleak colors mixed with vibrant art and 3D models make the game work for me thematically. I watched some of the live stream, and the text font could be changed to fit the style more, but other than that, and a few other graphical issues, I think this game has some potential. What I'd like to see from this game going forward is more of reasoning to play the game. Are there alternate gods to summon? Are there side missions with meaningful payoff? What's the enemy we're facing? Since Cthulhu is usually seen as the antagonist in most games, where is the conflict for this game? Developer, if you're watching this, you have a super cool concept on your hands, and it's on its way to becoming great. You just keep working and it's gonna pay off. Another issue I have is the texturing of the main 3D models, as I don't really care if Cultist number 25 has a highly detailed model. I do want this mind-shattering creature from the abyss to look like it came from a world where Blender is free and open source. The same criticism applies to the advisor character, but I do think they got it right with the Mothman creature. Like I said, I don't need detail everywhere in a game, just in the places where it counts. Before we move to the next one, I read some of the text from the game, and pause here if you'd like to read it, but this shit rocks. And we're on to the next one. An Amazing Wizard is a bit more my speed visually. The pixel art style is definitely unique, as each enemy has an identifiable silhouette, which is great for this type of Metroidvania. While it's really cool to see all this art, I think the visual noise needs to be reevaluated for this game. When looking at a scene like this, it's hard to distinguish the player, enemy, and abilities from the background, and a few areas of the game are like this, so it needs a bit of work there. Otherwise, the customization is pretty neat. The store page advertised over 100 spells and enchantments, so the customization seems pretty in-depth. I'd like to see the spells look a bit different rather than just magic missile but change the hue for each element. I think it's passable for some basic skills, but when I can't tell the type of spell that's being cast, why even have different spells? Okay, before we end, when you think of things a magical entity, the immortal phoenix could possibly say to a wizard, what comes to your mind? This dialogue reads like a placeholder that should have been rewritten 5 patches ago. I just modify it before release. Oh, it must be time for... So this is definitely a sleeper hit. It's been in development for well over 3 years and has finally reached a polished stage of development. As a fellow developer whose project is taking longer than expected, these stories are a super cool showcase of what developers can accomplish with the right determination and effort. Check out the combat system for this thing. This combines the Shonen Arena Battler formula with Sailor Moon, and it's pretty sweet. The action itself gives me flashbacks of Titanfall 2 and how dynamic the movement and attacks are. And maybe the Titan battle is what's making me feel that, but you can't tell me that this character running up and throwing a huge punch like a JoJo character does not get you hyped to play this game. Give this game a bare-bones plot, some dialogue, and the generic anime girl personality, and this could be a breakout title just around the corner. There's no listed release date yet, but you can still follow it, so go ahead and wishlist this one as soon as possible. And that's it for today. If you found a game you've never seen before or are thinking of picking up, please hit the video with a like and subscribe. It really helps the video reach more people and encourages me to make more of these. If there's a game you'd like to see me cover, please comment down below and I'll see if I can reach out to the developer for some more information. Thank you for your time. Have a great day.